What's up guys, and welcome to another episode of the Hybrid Squad Builder series. Now today we're going to be using the 4-3-1-2 formation, and on yesterday's video all of you, well pretty much all of you, asked me to use the informed Greek centre back from this week's Team of the Week in a squad. So I will just put him in now. He is Socrates. He plays for Werder Bremen, or Werder Bremen. That was kind of like a really bad way of trying to pronounce that team, but he's actually really cheap and very good as well. He cost me 18,750 coins, and you know, I personally really do like him. 6'1", very quite strong on the ball, good pace, good passing as well for a defender, which is, you know, kind of hard to come by sometimes. And then of course he has 82 defending and also 83 heading. So overall I would recommend buying this player. Personally for me he's definitely worth it, and he's not that expensive either. So moving on to the rest of the team then. The goalkeeper is going to be this guy, Tzorvaz or wherever. I think he plays for Genoa in the Serie A. Kind of what you get for your money, you know. I pay 350 coins. You can't really expect too much from him, but he is a fairly okay, well, an okay goalkeeper, to put it like that. I wouldn't say he's amazing because he's not. He cost me 350 coins, and basically you get what you buy. You know, you get what you pay for. It's as simple as that. Then the second centre back is going to be Papadopoulos, and he again is actually very good. You know, 79 defending and also 79 heading, along with 72 pace. You know, the defence is pretty pacey, and that's one of the good things about this team, which is always nice to see in the defence. So the right back is going to be this guy. We've actually got Fagner, and then the left back we have got Lino. Now, the reason I actually bought Lino is because in FIFA 12 and FIFA 11 he had some really good free kick stats, and I wanted to see if they were like that in the game. And I did try a couple of free kicks with him. I didn't actually score any, but one of them hit the post and one was, you know, very almost went in. I think the goalkeeper just got to it. So I would recommend buying him, but the only bad thing about him is obviously his pace. You could buy there's another guy in the Hellas Liga which you could buy, but I didn't want to put in too many Greek players because it would have, you know, kind of got a bit boring. But the right back then, Fagner, I've used him before. Great long shot, great shot in general. 85 pace, 74 passing, 77 dribbling, and also 72 defending, along with 60 heading, which is fairly decent as well. He cost me 10,250 coins, which is, you know, okay, not bad at all. And then Lino cost me 1.5k as well. So moving on to the three centre mids now. The first one is going to be Diego. The middle centre mid is going to be Fetfatsidis, and then the final centre mid is going to be this guy Diogo. Now, I've got a lot to say about this midfield. First of all, Diego, he's kind of like one of them players where you just kind of want them to have a little bit more pace. It really is, you know, it can become quite frustrating at times, especially when you know, you're paying 75,000 coins for a player which isn't really living up to what you really expected him to be. But saying that, he does have really good free kick stats. I think a couple of them are in the 90s, so that is always something to watch out for. And then Fetfatsidis, he's got 5-star skill moves and also 3-star weak foot. Left foot, 5'6". You know, he's kind of like a real kind of like a gem basically on FIFA, and he cost me 12,500 coins because he is in the default centre attacking mid. So centre attacking mid, centre mid position cost, you know, a fair amount, but usually you should be able to pick him up for about 4 or 5k in a centre attacking mid position. I'm sure of that. So the final player in the midfield is going to be this guy Diogo this time. I really want as many people that, you know, can obviously try him out as possible. I don't want anyone to price fix him. I've got one in my club and that's it. You know, I haven't got any others in my club. I can't be asked to go through them all, but I hope you guys can trust me on that. This is the only one I have in my club, and here's a default centre forward. So I play him in the centre mid because he works best there. He's got 4-star weak foot, 4-star skill moves. He's got a, you know, really incredible long shot, and I will hopefully be able to show you that in a live com, which will probably be up later today or actually tomorrow. So stay tuned for that. But you know, for 700 coins, you can't go wrong. Please don't blame me if he does go up in price. He probably will now, just because I've said that and I've mentioned him and said he's, you know, a fairly decent player for the price. But you know, I'm nothing to do with that. I don't want another repeat of the Silver Messi, because I'm really not intending to do anything like that whatsoever. So the final player, well, the first player for the centre forward position is going to be Coutinho. Used him on yesterday's video, or the day before, I think. I think it was Thursday's video actually. So I will just leave that. You know, everyone really knows my thoughts on him. Great player, really agile, great at dribbling, great at passing. You know, decent shot as well. So On to the two strikers then, and these are the two players which didn't really impress me that much, and it's kind of a letdown because they are very, very expensive. So the first one is going to be Wayne Rooney. And you know, I don't know, I basically I really regret playing him at striker because he hasn't got that much pace, and when you're using a player with, you know, not that much pace as well at centre forward, it can kind of get a bit annoying. And you know, for the striker position, I don't really think he's, you know, a sort of best fit for that. I think he's more better suited for the centre forward position, and then getting another pacier striker to match up with Remy. But Remy, on the other hand, you know, he's got great pace, great shot, but he didn't really do much for me. I want to check how many goals he scored. I think he scored like 1 goal in 4 games, which is pretty abysmal for a player of his calibre. And he cost me 12,000 coins, so still fairly expensive. You know, you can get the Ligue 1 version for like, what, 1k or something like that. So I don't know, a bit of an iffy one, but that is going to be the team, guys. I'm not actually having any goals in the goals at the end, well, at the end of the video, because I'm going to be doing a live com telling you guys my thoughts and opinions on this team rather than the goals, just so that you guys can have a little bit more of detail when it comes to talking about this team. So 1,000 likes would be absolutely incredible, guys. I really do appreciate all the support. It's been amazing, and I am going to be bringing out the new series very, very soon. Just stay tuned. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a nice day, and peace.